Ladies and gentlemen, when Republicans take over the House and Senate, it is game over for everybody that is setting up and framing Trump. He didn't commit a crime. They don't even know why the Federal Bureau of Investigation searched and raided Mar-a-Lago. Nobody knows why. Nobody understands why. What did they get? The boxes that the National Archives want? The 15 boxes that here, the broad theme has been widely reported. This is an article in The Hill earlier this year. The National Archives and Records Administration said it had found classified material among 15 boxes retrieved from the Florida property. Yeah, and he has the power as president to declassify anything. He's the one as president, as commander-in-chief of the entire United States military, to classify and declassify anything pertaining to national security. Even PolitiFact stated that. Sorry, he was the commander-in-chief. Regardless of how morally superior, highly educated, almost always apoplectic liberal Democrats felt about the situation from day one, he was president of the United States of America from 2016 until when he left. And so, until he was sworn in 2017. But, so, nobody knows why. What crime did this man commit? If you are a wonderful, highly educated liberal Democrat who thinks you're oh, Trump, he's gonna get indicted. For what? For weighing illegal narcotics like Hunter? Okay, for firearms charges like Hunter, for 150 financial transactions deemed suspicious by the financial institutions and banks. I mean, my God. For emails that are clear violations of the law, you'd have to read them first from the New York Post and the Daily Mail. My God, the rampant criminality is unbelievable within the Democratic Party. And then you have Clinton, and I want a Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump 2024. I want everybody on the left to say vote for Hillary again. I just want to see that happen for a number of reasons, and also she'd be better than Biden, but obviously I believe that Trump would defeat Clinton again, and I'm voting for Trump because I want a great economy and a great foreign policy, not the inflation went from 9.1 to 8.5 or 8.6%. Ooh, we're so happy. Or 8.7%. But we have a recession. We have a horrible, horrible foreign policy. And here you have The Hill, 5 takeaways from the FBI raid on Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. By the way, hit subscribe to this channel right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we're finally moving. We're almost at 188,000 subs. If you have any friends or family or anybody that you know that might enjoy, word of mouth, in addition to the Patreon and super thanks below, but word of mouth is the best thing you can do if you enjoy my work. Your word of mouth is, would be amazing, golden, if you could do that and just, promote the channel with people who that might enjoy my viewpoints. But hit subscribe, tell your friends about this channel, and if you want to read my writing in The Hill, the Huffington Post, Salon, the Jerusalem Post, the Federalist, other publications, go to hagoodman.com. In the Federalist, ladies and gentlemen, I predicted the terrible economic downturn we're seeing, and that was in October of 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll have a live stream later tonight. Every night at 9 p.m. Pacific, I'll have a live stream or so. So be here for the live stream. But you can look. Kevin McCarthy is finally going to go to bat for Trump. And actually, I think that the raid on Mar-a-Lago, which was obtained by a search warrant almost certainly influenced by nonsense. Trump has had to endure 500 search warrants from the Mueller probe that found nothing. Nobody was indicted within the Mueller or charged with any activity related to conspiring with a foreign intelligence official, which was what? Okay, Trump was never accused of lying to a bureau agent. He was accused, and everyone around him was accused of conspiring with foreign intelligence officials to defeat Clinton. That, of course, was a complete myth and just bogus story that was created by Clinton. We know that from the Sussman trial and from the Steele dossier years back. We knew that they paid an FEC violation, the DNC in Clinton's campaign. But here, Kevin McCarthy, Attorney General Garland, preserve your documents and clear your calendar. And it's like, I've seen enough. The Justice Department has reached an intolerable state of weaponized politicization. When Republicans take back the House, we will conduct immediate oversight of this department, follow the facts, and leave no stone unturned. Attorney General Garland, preserve your documents and clear your calendar. Garland can easily get impeached. They can impeach Garland in the House. They can impeach Christopher Wray. They'll definitely impeach Joe Biden. The difference being when Trump Republicans investigate, they'll actually have crimes. You will actually have crimes. You won't have crimes with Trump. You might not like him. You might not like Trump, which is completely irrelevant. And you might have a very good argument to say, well, he pushes the envelope. I don't like his personality. Okay, well, then enjoy the recession we're having. Enjoy the, God forbid, China invading Taiwan and the geopolitical nightmare in Europe that took place under Biden's watch after he waived Nord Stream 2 sanctions, by the way. And you might not like Trump's personality, but he didn't commit a crime. You don't even know why. They don't even, like, if Hunter had the Bureau infiltrate his home, or the Clintons during the email probe that was a cover-up by Comey and Strzok and McCabe and Clapper and Brennan, all of them, you would know. Oh, they're going and they're trying to get information on top secret intel on stored on servers, computer servers. It wasn't her emails. It was never but her emails. It was but her top secret emails. I wrote about that a lot in The Hill, The Huffington Post, Salon, and other publications. I wrote about that a lot. And there's not a government on the planet who would allow a top official or the top diplomat to have private servers. It would just never happen. Only in America. You know the phrase, only in America? Well, only in America would that happen. And it's not even, like, up for debate. The Federal Bureau of Investigation still does a lot of very good things for the country, like protects us from, a whole bunch of threats, but it is more politicized now than at any time when J. Edgar Hoover was running the Bureau. And when you look at Watergate, the reason that story was broken, the reason that the Woodward and Bernstein broke the story is because of a top FBI official. So they've been involved in politics, but the difference is that Watergate was a break-in. Okay. Watergate was a break-in. J. Edgar Hoover, he didn't publicly pick a side, although he engaged in a lot of activity. But he didn't publicly pick a side. So they're like the Bureau is picking a side publicly, saying, "Oh, we don't like Trump. We're going to treat Trump differently than we treat Hillary or Hunter." And then they say, "Well, Comey wrote the Comey letter." Comey was a person who covered up the entire email fiasco, and then because classified data was found outside of the U.S. government yet again from Uba Abedin's computers, by the way, before her husband was sent to prison, because classified data was floating around, then he wrote that letter, but he probably wrote the letter also as a Machiavellian type of endeavor, saying, okay, I have the goods on you too when you become president. He probably thought Clinton was going to become president. And, okay, Clinton lost not because of Russia, which is hilarious, and she lost because of Comey. Had Comey not written that letter, it's very likely Clinton would have defeated Trump within those states, the 3 states in the Midwest, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania. And had Bernie Sanders not been cheated, he would have defeated Trump. I know that people say, okay, you're wrong about that. I was the biggest Bernie Sanders booster on the internet, according to the Huffington Post. I support Trump because I support a great economy, great foreign policy, and he goes up against very corrupt individuals. Trump is a very heroic individual in many ways. He's perhaps you could say, somewhat flawed, Greek hero or, mythical, heroic individual. But everyone is flawed. He's not perfect. But see, the difference between, like, people who dislike him now would have embraced his rear end in 2014 and 2015. That's the hypocrisy. I would never have embraced, most people would never have said, oh my God, Joe Biden, wow, fantastic. But everyone would have said, oh, the people don't like him, I'm talking about. They wouldn't have said, oh my God, we get to shake hands or speak with Joe Biden. The people who don't like Trump would have, all of Hollywood would have embraced his rear end. Are you kidding? These people are the biggest hypocrites on the planet. Every Hollywood producer and actor now, many of them were on The Apprentice, by the way, but every Hollywood director and producer and all of Hollywood Twitter, they would have embraced his rear end. Not so with Joe Biden, by the way, but anyway. They don't have a crime on him. You can have many crimes with Hillary and Hunter. You could pick a crime. Pick a crime, any crime. But there's no crimes with Trump. That's why when you ask, they're like so giddy and happy. They raided Mar-a-Lago. It's like, okay, well, enjoy. Stalin would be very happy. The Stasi in East Germany would be very happy. Enjoy your despotic and tyrannical worship of state police or state authority, the apparatus of the state going up against Trump. You still haven't found it. You better, if you're the Democratic Party, you better indict Trump because you have a tough time with the man. Half the country will say, you know what, I'll take Trump's personality or I'll take his great economy and great foreign policy than anything Democrats have to offer. And don't think that oil prices aren't going to go back up. The demand, they say the demand is low because we're in a recession, but then they say we're not really in a recession. Which one is it? Because if we're not in a recession, get ready for demand to go way back up. We're in a recession, but demand for oil is going to still go back up, and inflation is going to go back up. So the numbers you see today, they're so happy about. By the way, core inflation went up. So, anyway, hit subscribe to this channel, ladies and gentlemen. I will have a live stream tonight. They don't have a crime. They don't have a crime committed. And they're very capable of just finding anything, trying to accuse him under the Espionage Act, which would be hilarious. But Kevin McCarthy will have the votes. Obviously, he'll have the House, and he'll have the Senate too. They're not going to keep the Senate with a terrible economy and a terrible foreign policy, but if they might. I'm not making a firm prediction on that. But I'm saying that I think that the Republicans will take the Senate because you'd have to want to vote for poverty, vote Democrat this midterms. Poverty has increased. Poverty was at an all-time low with Trump. So, household median incomes were an all-time high with Trump. Household median incomes are much lower. So, the economy is shrinking. Worker productivity declined by the largest rate since 1948. Anyway, give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. McCarthy is going to impeach Merrick Garland, and Republicans they'll investigate actual crimes, which is why it's actually Democrats who are frightened. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. I'll be back in a couple of hours.